Come on, let's go.
This is a new series that I'm starting that is going to highlight some of the cool areas that you can take your dog. So this is in the Washington, D.C. area. It's specifically in the Sterling area, countryside. I think there's signs up that say like countryside, proprietary residence only. I'm not telling you, you know, to ignore the signs, but I'm also not saying that. I think that they're really heavily enforced as long as you're quiet and you pick up after your dog and everything like
Left.
that. There's all these little green spaces that they have. They're like walkways that go between the houses, and you have these like wonderfully big green spaces in the area. At the end of the video, there'll be a map showing the area, and this is just a residential area that I'm walking around. But there'll be other videos that have bigger green spaces, provincial parks, and maybe national parks, and other places that you can take your corgi, or if you don't have a corgi, a different type of dog. So this is one of the neat little connector bridges. They've got lots of little bridges that connect the different walkways together. So even though we're going to go to the right, there's a walkway here that actually has a connector bridge that goes to the left, and then it takes you back to two different places on Algonquin Parkway. So you can kind of get around and avoid major streets in the area by being able to take these little connectors and enjoy the green space instead of walking right along the side of the road.
Look, doggies. I know, doggies. Come on.
Yeah, so I don't really know exactly the rules on videoing other people and other people's dogs and stuff, so kind of just cutting sections out where, I'm videoing people's faces and stuff, because I don't think that that's appropriate without asking them. So this is an example of the easements. So basically, the area next to the walking path is actually part of the walking path. It's owned by the same proprietary or POA that owns these walking paths. And you can see here there's a generous amount of grass between the walking path and the actual end of the house. And in some cases the easement is not very big, but in most cases the easement is actually really quite large. It's like 10-20 feet. So you shouldn't be too concerned about walking your dog back here and having homeowners get angry at you for letting your dog kind of leave the path. Obviously you don't want to do anything spooky and walk right up to the windows and peer in, but it's usually pretty generous, the amount of space they have. And they do these creative things, like in some places they have exercise stuff, and that particular case they had these little chairs that they cut out that I don't think I've ever seen anybody use. This is an example where one of the easements is actually pretty close to the walking path, but the person has a fence. But you can clearly see how big the easement is. Like literally, there's a tree and everything. They also have playgrounds all over the place. the most of the playgrounds in the area, in at least this area, have like the rubberized little things in the ground. From my understanding, it makes it so it's safer for the kids if they fall down. I think that
Come on.
there's some tree huggers or whatever that are upset that it's rubber and it's not some natural vegan material, or whatever you want to call it. But I think it's safer anyway. They also have books exchanges in the area, obviously. So that's one of the nice things that the residents and the people in the area have. But it's a total honesty system where
No
you
doggy.
bring a
Come
book,
on.
you put a book in, and then you
Come on.
take a book, and there's a lot of those along the walking
Come on.
paths. It's like very
Come on.
relaxing. But
Come on.
as you can
Come on.
see, the
Come on.
green space
Come
out here, it's pretty generous, the amount of
on.
grass and everything. It's not just a path right next to the houses, and then there you can see it's coming up into one of the neighborhoods.
I know, you want to play with the doggy. Come on. Come on.
So today is the first day of school, so it's not really summer anymore. So I don't expect to see any kids out here. If I do see kids, it should be after school, hopefully. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Come on. Come on.
Here's one of the cool little bridges that they have. They have bridges, obviously, that go over these little connector streams that go to the Potomac River. It is nice that they have trash cans and the little baggie dispensers at the beginning and the ending of all the different trails. So this is where it is. It's obviously in the Washington, D.C. area. I don't expect anybody to travel out here just for this little walking trail, but it's in the Sterling area, which is up between Leesburg and Washington, D.C. If you look on most maps, you'll see Leesburg, at least on the map. And it's right on the edge of the Potomac River in this nice little nestled neighborhood. And people usually don't think of Washington, D.C. region being a green space, but Virginia is actually pretty green. It's that upper path. I'm going to go over it with a mouse so you can see exactly the area that I'm talking about, where we were walking, in case anybody is in the area and they were just curious where it is, and it's right there. And that's Algonquin Parkway that turns into Fairfax County Parkway. That was supposed to also turn into Loudoun County Parkway, but for whatever reason they couldn't connect it to the third parkway. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of green space in the area, and you can see that there's other paths in the area too that connect, that go different places. You can see the whole region is pretty green when it comes to a nice little area to go. As you zoom out, you can immediately see that the outer area immediately starts turning into city.